everyone, and welcome to this introductory video of my new series of O-level lessons of biology. Yes, that's right. After physics and chemistry, I am now starting a series of O-level lessons of the very fun and interesting subject, biology. And so from today, we are going to start this series of O-level lessons of biology, in which we will delve into the fascinating world of living things. From the smallest microorganisms to the complex ecosystems that sustain life on our planet. So, now, the first question that comes to the mind when we start to learn biology is, what is it? What is biology? How can we describe this form of study? So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to define biology in the simplest form for you. Biology is the study of living things. Simply, that's it. That is how simple biology is. It is the study of living things. Living things like animals, plants, and even tiny organisms like bacteria. All of these are living things. Biology is the science that helps us understand how these living things work, how they interact with each other, and how they affect our world. Okay, I hope you understood what biology is now. It is the study of living things, how these living things work, how they interact with each other, and how they affect our world. Now, the second question that might come to mind is, why should we learn biology? What is in this chapter that is going to benefit us, or something that is going to interest us? Well, learning biology is important because it teaches us a lot of different things. It teaches us about our bodies, about the environment, and how to solve problems like diseases and pollution. These all are important things, right? And biology also helps us appreciate the amazing diversity of life on Earth and why it's important to protect it. I mean, isn't it interesting to understand how our bodies work? How the food we eat gets digested into our bodies and helps us grow? What is the mechanism used for breathing? I mean, we don't even know it, right? We just breathe. But what is behind, what is inside our bodies that makes us breathe? How are all these things happening? How do we get to smell things, feel things, hear things? And how do we get to see? So all of these questions that come to our minds often are what we're going to learn in biology. We're going to learn about the human bodies, we're going to learn about plants, and we're going to learn about tiny organisms like bacteria, which we cannot even see to our naked eye. So, in this course, together we will explore the fundamental principles of biology. We're going to unravel the mysteries of genetics, dissect the mechanisms of evolution, and examine the interconnectedness of all living things. So, now that you know what biology is and why we should learn biology, and also how interesting and fun it is to learn biology, I'm going to now show you the contents of this course. All the chapters that we are going to go through in this course. So as you can see, in total we have 21 chapters. So let's see what we have here. The first chapter of this series is going to be about cells, which are the building blocks of life. I'm going to teach you everything about these basic constituents of living organisms. Then in the second chapter, we're going to learn about diffusion, osmosis, and surface area. After this, enzymes. These are what break down our food and help them digest in our bodies. And the fourth chapter, we're going to learn about nutrition. We have 2 more chapters about nutrition. Nutrition in mammals and nutrition in plants. This is going to be all about how our digestive system works, what nutrition is basically. And then we have transport of materials in mammals and in plants. In this, we're going to learn how the food materials get absorbed in our bodies, and in plants, the transport of materials, how they get transported. Then in the 9th chapter, we're going to learn about respiration. Then we have excretion and homeostasis. Then from the 12th chapter to the 14th chapter, we are going to learn about coordination and response. Of course, all of the 3 chapters consist of very different information, of very different stuff. Like in the first chapter, we're going to learn about the nervous system in mammals. This is going to be very interesting because in this, we're going to learn about how we get to sense things and how our brain receives these signals. The animal receptor organs, which includes the eye, how our eyes work, how we get to see. And the third is going to be about hormones and endocrine glands. Then in the 15th chapter, we learn about drugs. 16th chapter, microorganisms like fungi and bacteria and all that stuff. And in the 17th chapter, we get to learn about ecology. In the 18th chapter, we see the effects of human activity on the ecosystem. This is where we get to see the interconnectedness of all the living things. Then, in the last two chapters, 19 and 20, we get to understand reproduction in plants and sexual reproduction in animals. And last but not the least, the 21st chapter is heredity. And in this chapter, we are going to unravel the mysteries of genetics, DNA, chromosomes, and all that stuff. So this was the overview of this course, the contents, the different chapters that we're going to go through. Now, what are the goals of this course? What are the things that we're going to learn in this course, in this series of O-level biology lessons? So here I have some of the goals of this series. Firstly, foundational knowledge. I assure you that by the end of this series, you will have a deep understanding of the fundamental principles of biology, including the characteristics of organisms, cellular structure and function, genetics, evolution, and ecology. I also gave you an overview of all of these different things by showing you the chapters and the contents of this series. Then, you will also develop critical thinking skills, like problem-solving skills, by applying biological concepts to analyze and solve problems in various contexts. We're going to mainly do this by looking at examples and answering different questions throughout the chapters. Then I will also introduce you to some basic laboratory techniques and scientific inquiries, fostering an understanding of biological processes. And of course, we're going to see the real-world applications of biology. We will explore the interdisciplinary nature of biology and its connections to other scientific disciplines and real-world applications. And lastly, of course, these lessons will prepare you for the O-level biology examination, covering topics commonly tested in the curriculum. So I believe now you know what biology is and why you should learn biology, and what you're going to learn in this series of lessons I am starting. I also have two other series of O-level lessons, which are of physics and chemistry. You can find the courses of these on this channel by going into the playlist section. You will find a separate playlist of physics and chemistry. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope I'll see you in the first chapter of our biology O-level lesson series.